What's up? I'm Hype C. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we are messing around with Hype on the iPad. There is a couple of days left for the environment challenge from Hype, and I think oh, that's just a door. This is what I was working on last week, and I might try to make some tweaks and adjustments today. And there's also some other stuff I wanted to do, which is, oh, let's get that volume down, which is check out what is the Hype Discord. There was somebody asking about how to make a spline, and this is something I have been curious about for a while. I've seen Shogun mess with the spline in one of the weekly live streams a couple of weeks ago, but I don't even remember like where that is or what was discussed. So I think I might try to check this out later because the mechanic behind the spline, I think, would allow for any object or character to move on a path while touching the screen. And then when you release the screen, stop that object from moving. So there's a lot of game ideas that could be, you know, just like a dude walking through a city, or it doesn't even need to be objects that we understand like a city. It could just be a circle moving through a maze and there's cubes around and you don't want to hit the cube. So I really want to spend some time on that because I like to go into a lot of things where I don't know what's going on and then just try to learn and figure it out while mixing that with the stuff where I do know what's going on and just trying to like make stuff look cool or whatever. So let's go into this Cyberpunk Highway, which I made and I like, but yeah, I want a little bit more. Where is that background music? There we go. And I want a little bit more. So I might add the ability to touch the screen, add some particles. I don't know. Let's mess around. Let's go hit edit. Oh snap! And I also always forget to do this. I should be doing this iPad. And the other photos. Yeah. Try to go live on the TikTok because it just takes a couple of buttons, but there's no background music, so that's kind of weak sauce. It looks like we don't have a connection. Oh no, is this a bad internet day? Okay, I gotta turn that off. And it looks like we are good on the internet connection, which is great. Bit rate is value less than 3500 is out of recommendation for Twitch. I never know about that hydro concept. Interesting, cool stuff. That's great. Okay, so right now we have this vehicle and we got this world setting in the background. I kind of want to move it up a little bit. And we're at -52. I thought this was -51 is probably better. I want to be able to see the sun, but just like barely. What if I make this a little bit wider? How does that look? I kind of want to like spawn. Yo, what's up, PT Jones in the house? How goes your environment challenge? Making some cool stuff. Trying to get this dude. Let's move him up a little bit more. I really don't like the colors on that object, that wheel, so we're gonna move it. Use this to more of a pink. That's better. Maybe move this dude. Undo up a little bit. Just, I guess he doesn't need to be seen. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go to reset view. Let's test this out. Hit set camera. I'd like to see the camera. Where is the camera? There it is. Make sure it's at X of 0. Yeah, that does not look as cool. Like, maybe even if we have it down here. Oh, getting all over the place. And this is fun. This is just like moving the camera around, seeing different angles. And I want to notice that the vehicle should have a shadow. I don't see it right now, but I also think this angle. Yeah. I mean, this is cool because this is like a different kind of angle. Even so, that up further. Oh, look at that. That looks, we can see the whole spinny. All right. Let's add some control movements to that vehicle. And I kind of want to make these trees enemies. So if you go too far, you hit a tree. I haven't done my environment, I mean, your Funfair game looks sick, and the fact that you have multiple. I mean, I just love the concept. It's a game within a game, and like if you could put a game in a game in a game, whoo, that's just fun. Yeah, right. Several different environments in one game. I think, or at least I hope, in the future, because I know the Hype team or somebody's talked about it, but like having a almost like a node that warps you somewhere, like hypothetically, if instead of creating, oh, I see, the volume goes down whenever I speak, like a almost like a teleport node or a warp node, so that if you were to like go into a doorway or something, that will take you to another hype. Like, yeah, like if you hypothetically made an arcade, right, or an arcade place, and you go up and you play a game, except all those games could hypothetically be direct links to other hypes or whatever. So it's kind of like yeah, kind of just like a portal. But I mean, right now I think they're still working on the multiplayer and all the stuff. I've been trying to check out the live streams of other people making games recently, so that's been kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, and maybe it's because I made it. I just feel like this is kind of basic, and I don't like it. Like this, like it's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool, but I've seen it before, so I'm trying to switch it up. And I do like the angle actually, you know, when I see it on the screen over there, I kind of like it. But maybe this needs to be smaller. I definitely don't like the way that vehicle looks. Let's go to no, oh crap. Crap, can you undo camera movement? I don't think you can. Oh, maybe you can. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, what's the size? So this is 0.7. Like, I don't want them covering the sun. Yeah, I actually do like this. We're gonna need to add some particles and change the orange. I don't like the orange. The inspiration for the synthwave? Oh man, like I'll show you right now. To be honest, I listen to synthwave music. I listen to all the music, and I have recently been into reggaeton since Mexico City, which is just nice. And I'm trying to work on my Spanish, but as it is, synthwave music is something that for me is great when trying to make stuff or just basically like, I mean, I'm sure. What do you listen to when you're in the game dev headspace and you're just like messing around, moving stuff? For me, it is synthwave is probably my most favorite. If I could name it, I would name it retro because I like the 80s, 90s inspiration of like chiptune, but with the synthwave vibe. So I would call it retro synthwave. Yeah, and so I generally like sometimes I'll listen to Spotify, sometimes I'll listen to YouTube, and when I listen to YouTube, yeah, but look at this one. You know, I watch so much well, I guess content on YouTube, but like look at this. They have wiring poles for the electricity for the vehicles. So that's really cool. I might have to do something like that. And I also wanted to add some mountains. Like I like these over here. I really like these, but I don't think that's a possibility yet. Yeah, why don't we add some of that right now? And then we got some time. But here we got two. I think this triangle is probably the best. And let's go ahead and color coordinate it. Ooh, we got some dark black. Were those? So those kind of look similar. Yeah, actually, I think that looks pretty good. Let's move it up and let's duplicate it. Now we gotta do something. Okay, so if we're gonna go this angle, how would this look? Oh, and this is kind of a problem, although I do know it's cheap, but it's getting... Basically, we need it to be bigger. Let's first put it in there and see if it's not showing up. Yeah, I really like those loopable videos, and it's not just synthwave; it's like a lot of music stuff. I think Those loopable videos are awesome. And to be able to make a loopable video that looks cool in iPipe, whatever it is, let alone being like something that you can control, which also just reminded me I wanted to add controlling to this game, but I don't like the way this vehicle looks. I'm just trying to do like several things at once, and it is not so easy. So let's go here. Yeah, I also love synthwave music, especially during the afternoon, in the morning. I'm mostly a jazz blues person. In the evening, perhaps something a bit more chilled out, like lo-fi. Definitely a fan of lo-fi. It's it's nice to have a wide range of music. It's, I can't get this to be like super. Ooh, that looks kind of. Where'd it go? Problem is this. That looks good. Looks good. A little almost shocking with the shadow. It's got potential. And oh, can we? When you're driving, you have red lights, right? I should drive more. But we are in a synthwave world. And then this black. There we go. That looks cool. Yeah, so this angle up here does highlight the shadow from the palm trees, which is really nice. That being said, I'm also a fan of house music, especially from French DJs like Daft Punk and Bob Sinclair. Oh, I've heard of Bob Sinclair. I had the opportunity to see Daft Punk. It was 2006 or 7. And they were like brand new. And it was at like a Coachella festival. It was new back then. Now it's like super commercialized but yeah, I didn't go see Daft Punk because I didn't know who they were. And my friend was all about it. I went to go see LCD Sound System. Nowadays I'm too old to. I can't do music festivals. There's just too many people. It's just too, and it was like the desert too. I mean, I could do it. I like to think I could do anything if I wanted to, but I would not choose to go to a music festival anymore. Maybe a small one. But yeah, I like Daft Punk. I've liked Daft Punk for a long time, but I missed the opportunity to go see them live. And it was a small stage. It was like a side stage. Okay, let's check out this camera. We got this set camera view. Move it back and make sure the camera is set to 0. So the one thing I do like is how you see the palm trees over the vehicle, like the shadow. I kind of wonder if I can move the light. Like, okay, so the lighting. What is that stupid bug? Okay, so the lighting object. Got him. Man. Oh, since the 90s? I mean, my friend, he's I don't know, he's a Indian dude, but he was always into electronic music, and yeah, always, and that like at least for a decade. But I have no idea if he is now. He's married, kids, works for Goldman Sachs, probably one of the banks. Brilliant dude. Okay. Um, where were we? Okay. Cube. So here's something I don't know if it's gonna work, but I like to try it. So sometimes you have objects in HiPipe, like letters is a very good example that they are not objects. A letter is just a text, but an object is an object. And let's go ahead and make this green just so, and then we're gonna also grab it, make it invisible, and give it a unmovable object because we want to be able to move it, but how it moves is not really that big of a deal, or you even seeing it is not a big deal. So we're going to make it a sensor. And now what I'm curious on is if... Okay, no. Sometimes on the... wait, is this an object? I want to see if I can move the sun around. What about music rhyming games? Any plans on creating something for HiPipe? You mean like those the dance ones where you have to touch? I've played around. I think there is a node. What is it? Not multiplayer. Beat detection. And I've seen some hypes utilizing beat detection, but I don't know. That to me right now, that's kind of like I don't know how that would work, or yeah. Can I don't think I can get this. No, I can't glue this sun. Oh wait, let's see. Undo. Where's the undo? Man, I wish. I think whenever they make updates in HiPipe, it always takes some time to get used to. But this left sidebar for me is just so more difficult now. Like I want that undo right there. I don't the copy and then the area pick. Let's see if I can't edit this to be more the way I want it. Reset camera view. Yeah, I want one more item. Was there one more? Like I want the area pick. The snapping in the thumbnail I do not actually care about. And then this UI is a little, it could be better. Okay, so let's take a look at the the axis. We can add a vector transform in the object. Okay, so we can add a vector. Let's get this cube that was going to do something cool, and now we don't need it because, okay, so, and I'm going to label this because sometimes things end up disappearing, and now we can see it. So we have a vector transform. We want it on loop. We want it on start, or is there a start? Yeah. So duration set to 0. We can add random nodes and intervals. Let's try that. I'll loop the interval. Okay, so right now, let's take a look. We got the X, Y, and Z. That undo button, you see, I just need that undo button a little bit more. Okay, so we got the X, Y, and Z, and these numbers, I'm gonna take a screenshot, or maybe, no, you know what, I can just write them down. A little bit easier. And where is my cool Japanese pen? Has a nice felt tip. Such a snob. Need like the perfect. Okay, so this is like X. You can say 45, Y, -30, and let's just see Z. Let's see -60. What's that look like? Yeah. Okay, so it's not that big of a deal. And now let's here. Let's do a duration of 5 seconds. On 5 seconds, you activate the random execute. And then this is like what, -360 and +360. So this is one thing. Again, I have no idea how this is gonna look, work, or feel, but I know when you're messing with angles, you want to have precise measurements like 15 degrees, 30, 60, 90, and this is all from a 360 degrees sphere. And yeah, that'll turn it on, and then the random value will go to, let's have it go to X, Y, and Z. Vector transform X, vector transform Y. So it'll just be random. And again, this could look horrible. I have no idea. I've never done this before, but I want to see if it could be cool. So we're doing it. PT Jones, well, for me, one main problem is that it occupies a lot of space. I kind of like how previously you had to drag it outwards. Oh, you're talking about the camera view? Like the camera view you think should be closer? The main thing is to have it, except Snoopy. Oh, is that up? Yeah, yeah. I like that they're trying something new. I just when you had it on the sidebar, did you just have like one column of things? Because that's how I had it too. I also liked how it was more what's the word, customizable. Like this is kind of customizable, but the other one was more customizable, and you could have more or less buttons. But I think that's a really good point, especially where's my phone? Oh, my phone is charging because I'm really bad at charging my phone. But definitely, I think it takes up a lot of real estate. Yeah, for sure. Okay, where is reset view? Okay, so we got this. Let's check it out. Let's take a look. Yeah, and I also did think on that previous sidebar, like if you pulled it out, like I only had like 102, and like maybe now I would have the add note button, but then when you needed it, you could grab it. Whereas in here, I feel like I think this current setup would be good if it, went away. And if you had one more button, because like I want all these, I want copy, undo, redo, logic, reset view, set camera, and area pick. For me, snap like thumbnail, that's cool. I feel like that's new. Oh, oops. Okay, let's. No. It's a good moment to just like take a big deep inhale. Hope everything is not lost. Give it a moment. Logic on. Okay. I feel like this duration should be 10 seconds because we're moving the camera around. And maybe not loop. Oops. Let's check out the duration. Make this 10 seconds. And also, what was it? Execute the vector transform. Yeah, let's see. All right, so the random happened. Oh, wait, no, the sunlight set to scale. That's not right at all. To rotate. And we want to select the sun so we can have it with debug in case. Wait, I think the camera or the shadows moved. I think. They're moving. They're totally moving. It's kind of weird. It's definitely weird, but it's moving. Oh, and now everything's all like super pitch black. Like the sun is gone. And it looks more cartoony. And the lights, oh, I like it. I don't actually know how it's completely working, but we're definitely gonna have to add some protocols and allow the movement. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's take a look at this again. So I think I need the loop on. And on end loop. Maybe execute the random. Okay, maybe not. Well, I think that should be good. Okay, so we're having some spawning issues up at the front over here. I think we can easily fix that just by playing. Maybe let's go to reset view. Maybe move it back a little bit more. And if that's still causing an issue, yeah, it's. I'm gonna mess with the fog. I feel like that could be a good way to. I mean, it totally. Does it look like? Well, let me look at this camera. Dude, I didn't know you could rotate the sun in the game. I didn't know you could do that either. I had like, that's the upside to playing around is you get to discover new things. And I really like the way the sunlight is moving. Like, I wish I could control it better than just randomly moving it to a random X, Y, Z value, but yeah, because ideally you would want to control the sun so it moves almost clockwise or counterclockwise Yeah. But it still looks like the spawning of the objects is kind of is not a little bit too obvious for me. Let me see if I can't. Move the camera back. That definitely looks better, but let's try this. Okay. I can still see it. Let me look at this screen. So this screen, it looks better, but basically right where everything spawns, it's like there's like a 0.1 second where it's like you can see it spawning. And the fog, so the fog looks like it's disappeared. Okay, so the fog comes and goes depending on the lighting. Right now we're just getting cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and add some moving buttons here. And I like to, when it comes to control buttons, I like to put them outside of the objects in HiPipe just so I can see it better as opposed to inside the object. Let's go on touch. No. Delete. It's on button. We want button. Button. We'll call this left. Button. Take that one, duplicate, and we'll make this one right button. Oops. And then we want touch area. X align right. X align left. Touch area half screen vertically. I think, yeah, vertically, because horizontal is like the horizon. I always get those two mixed up because I get things mixed up easily. Oh, and then we can have a vector transform outside as well. And let me get my phone. I can't. So I've been editing my Cyberpunk Ball Rush video where I made that game, and I was literally looking at this today. That's one of the things I do enjoy about editing video is I get to see everything I do twice. So I tend to forget how I did something. So when I get to see it again, it's like a nice reminder. That being said, I saw it earlier today and I still don't remember how I did it. So let's take a look. Going into a Cyberpunk Ball Rush. I guess I could do it here too. Let's save it. I got people on TikTok hanging out. Nah. Do you know Julian Editor app? It's available on Android, iOS. I do not. Ooh, there's a pause button. Oh, there's a comment. I do not. Julian editor app. Let's see what that is. Ooh, that looks fun. That looks cool. That looks like a, I want to say a more two-dimensional how-to script. Yeah, let's go. I do not know how to script. How to script. Yeah, no, I mean, this looks pretty good for beginner developers learning how to script. I would have to see a lot more than just a single video, but it definitely looks like some cool stuff you can do in 2D. And here we go. Did that save? I don't know if it's saved, so I'm going to save it again. Let's exit out. And yeah, I feel like I need to make this game a little bit easier. Maybe I might have to do that later. I did actually, you know what? I did make this game easier. I took away, so used to, if you hit the circle and you didn't specifically go through the middle, it was it would kill you. If you hit the edge of the ring, you would die. You had to go specifically through the middle. So I made it a little bit easier because honestly, I kept dying and it was bothering me. And I do like how you die in this game with the saw. Okay, now let's take a look, turn the logic on. Go here, and I feel like I could just literally copy this. But okay. On hold, vector enabled, and on start effect physical and loop. Okay, so this is what we're going to set up. Looks fun for creating 2D types of games. Yeah, I did see the word scripting, which kind of scares me. I like to think I could teach myself how to write code and develop, but it's never really been my thing. And the only reason I think I could do it is because I have an identical twin brother who is a developer, and because he can write code and he basically just does that all day, most days. And yeah, I couldn't imagine myself just looking at code all day. I would rather look at, I don't know. So I am jealous in that aspect, but yeah, man, I can do other things. Okay, so we got this, and so this is where we want on start and on end. I think that's the biggest piece, and I don't like any of the appearances. So let's go ahead. Let's exit out. Go back to the draft. Definitely like this look a lot more. I do feel like the car is kind of white and I want it more silver, but we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, on, back down, activation enabled on that, and wait, was it on down or on end? I don't remember. Just looked at it too, so it's kind of On start and on end. Okay. On end activation enabled off. Do the same over here on start. Activation enabled on. I'm like, was it on or off? It's on. On end. Activation enabled off. Let's go ahead and grab these four, move it up a little bit. Yo, what's up, Benik and Momo? How long does it normally take to complete a full game? So that depends on a lot of things. Yeah. So it take short answer is like, yeah, man, I wish I could give you an easy answer. I like to say a good game is probably never finished, but you can always make small improvements. That being said, if I wanted to make a game, and it depends on like what kind of game you're making. So it depends on what you're making. I made my very first matching game in HypeHype probably took me like 2 hours, maybe 1 hour to make. And I did that a year ago. And for like, I'm working on like a 1-year anniversary type of thing to be able to, I'm trying to make a template so that anybody can make a similar matching game. So if you have a certain kind of template and you know what you want to do before, then you can make a game in a couple of hours. But a lot of times when I sit down and make a game, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I try to figure it out. So that takes a lot of time. But if you know exactly what you're going to do, then you can do exactly what you want to do in a couple of hours. But the cool thing with HypeHype is you can always come back to that game and like continuously improve it over time. To be honest, once you start getting used to hype visual scripting, many of the same concepts carry over to scripting. Yeah, exactly. So, and this is why I always recommend people to play games too, because you can have a concept that you want to do in your game, but you have no idea how to do it. So the cool thing with HypeHype is if you've seen that concept somewhere else, you can see how that concept was created and then try to recreate from that and or just copy and paste that. So yeah, I can tell you that I can get like, let's say a game or a level done usually within a day or a couple of hours. But when I was making games for the App Store, Play Store, one game would take me 3 to 6 months. And I'm talking like my most favorite game that I made on the App Store, like it was, oh man, 20, what year was that? 20, it was a summer. I don't think it was 2019. 2019, or maybe 2019 I was living in Lisbon. But before, so what do they call it? Spring? Is that spring? Is that after winter? Fall, spring. It was spring. Yeah. And I was cool because I was like doing a lot of level design, and every day I would like make a level. That game took me 3 to 6 months. Actually, that game took me 3 months to make, and then just going through all the publishing steps for the App Store and the Play Store and the screenshots and the SDKs and the monetization and the the rating system, that took me like another month. So yeah, I'm so glad I don't have to do that stuff anymore. And it like, yeah, I don't like to talk trash, not trash, but I don't like to talk crap about like Yeah, it was just a lot of work to get things published, which is okay. Like that's part of the game. Like that's part of the App Store and the Play Store. You have to do these guidelines, follow that. Oh, that's cool, bro. I wish you had more subscribers. Love you and your vids. Ah, thanks, man. Honestly, I suspect one of my, and you know, I'll I take this as a positive. I think any, if something one person sees as a negative, I try to see it as a positive because the first YouTube videos I made were like 2008 or I don't know. I was basically doing stand-up comedy, and instead of creating a brand new channel, and I still wonder if I should do this today. Like, should I just like start a brand new channel? Because then I don't have like 8 years of just like no videos. But honestly, I don't even care. I am fortunate enough to travel and make games, so yeah. And I try to make my videos the same way I make my games. Try to make each one a little bit better than the previous. And yeah, man, I think that's a good life motto for whatever you do. Whatever you do. I do plan on. Let me know if you think this is a fun idea, but I want to make a video. And again, I'm trying to write more of my videos because I think that's better. If you see me make games, I just kind of like try to I just try to figure it out. Like I don't even know how I'm able to do what I do, but I clearly I'm about to make this vehicle go left, so doing something right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I want to make a video, and it's called "What Stand-Up Comedy Taught Me About Game Development," and yeah, I think that'd be a fun video. I'm trying to make some more fun videos. These videos are more technical, and I like the technical stuff because honestly, I just want to learn how to get better at making games. So yeah. Benik and Momo. Well, it depends on what type of game you want to make. Yep, totally does. For example, HyPipe offers just a lot of great starting templates and pre-made objects. Just drag and drop them and pin up your level. Actually, let me finish moving the car setup duration to 0, and let's save this. So that's a great example. So PT Jones makes a good point. So I'm on the TikTok and Instagram, and there is this game Flying Watermelon, which is a remix of a game someone else made. But this game I made in like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Like I made this game, like I didn't make this game to make it an actual game, which is the irony of it. I made this game solely for a TikTok video, and yeah, I made the TikTok video, and then I just completely forgot about this until like 2 months later. I saw it sitting in my draft folder, and I was like, oh, I mean, this game is like, you can play this game. Like it's like I just didn't publish it because I was only making a TikTok video. I wasn't trying to make a game. I was just having fun. And this is one thing I do like about making games, because there's always this level of you trying to, and like even now, push yourself, do things that you don't know how to do, and you try to figure it out. But then there's also the things you just know how to do because you've been doing it for every other day for like a year. So this game, super easy. So and it's based off of this game, which has got 260,000 plays. Also really easy. And like that's the beauty of hyper casual games, and this is why I really like hyper casual games, is because I think like it appeals to both somebody who is new to games and then somebody who knows exactly what they're doing in games. It's like this concept, once you play it, you know exactly what you're doing. Oh man, am I? And then from there, you just want to get in first place, and it looks like a bunch of these people are in first place. So, yeah. So I made this game, and I only published it maybe like 2 weeks ago or something, and it's already gotten over 1,000 plays. But this game I made in 20 minutes, and I was just doing it to make a quick TikTok video. Yeah. So stuff like that I think is really fun because yeah, whereas right now I'm trying to make a cool scenic environment, also doing stuff that that I've done before, but I can't remember exactly how I did it. So I think the more experience you get over time, the faster it can be to make whatever it is you want to make. Okay, now how do I get that vehicle to move? I'm taking a look. Oh yeah, so we go object over here and we select that object. Oh, I did not turn the loop on. We need it to be on loop. Loop. Oh no, and then we want, okay. We want on start and then enabled off. That's how it is. You only want the enabled on when the button is being pressed. It's not moving. Taking a look at the node from my previous game. Maybe it's the button. Looks like it should be working. Maybe this is not enough. Okay, that was too much. Okay, so this is working. And this one doesn't have a number. That's weird because I swore I put something in there. And let's change this song. It's too much for me. Okay. If I can't. Let's just turn it down. I prefer that. Okay, so let's check it. You gotta remove the button here. I just don't like, I think in mobile games you don't see the button, and if you can make the button tapping almost like a psychological, like you automatically know what you're supposed to do, then players like that. They're like, oh, I already understand this game, and it's never had like. I think there's the like a self-fulfilling mental state of somebody liking the game more because they just already instinctually know how to do it. And that's the thing, not everybody will know how to like move left or right, but you can figure it out. And when you figure it out, it's like, yo, I'm the man. And that button, we need to be invisible. I don't like buttons. I don't like, no, I like buttons. I just don't think you should visually see the button. And I like it to be more of an instinctual. And then even have something happen when the button's being pressed. But that looks good. We need to have some collision in the vehicle because object collision. We can just restart the game. Yeah. Because I don't want. I mean, the game shouldn't end. It should just restart, and that's an option. Restart automatically. Type. We can say success. It doesn't really matter. Collision with group red. On collision, game end, execute. And let's go over here to make sure. Okay. So it does like a weird slowdown thing, which I guess I actually think it's supposed to do that, which I don't want. Yeah, enable slowdown. Wait times to 0 seconds. Yeah, so if you go out here, I guess you can technically get past. Yeah. So right now, but then I wonder if I do mess with the camera. Is that like, okay, let's save it. I find when I just start to like tinker and like, ooh, can I do this? Can I do that? Then things can get bad. So not bad, but if I break something, I want to be able to go back to a saved version where things are not broken. Let's see if that song is over. It's not bad. Keep behind. See what fixed does. All right, well, let's undo a couple of times. And let's get this color to be more silver than white, light gray. Ooh, I like that. That was an easy fix. And let's double check to make sure that the shadows are still moving around. That just looks cool. Look at the backlights. Do you want to prevent the play from going off screen? I was thinking about it. I could add a wall, like an invisible wall, but right now I just have it so if they go too far and they hit one of the trees, then it just resets. I also kind of maybe want different vehicles. Oh man, I was trying to play around with other stuff today, but I always overestimate time. Yeah, like I think that's a thing all humans do. There's a saying I like, and it's we tend to underestimate what we can do. No, we tend to overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we underestimate what we can do in 10 years. And I overestimate what I can do in 2 hours, but I underestimate what I can do in 20 hours. Oh man, I don't even think I could do 20 hours, like sitting down. That's one thing I'm trying to do more. There's a break SFX, like a sound effect. Let's grab it. I do wish the sound said SFX. That's just me. Okay. Let's test it. I think I can hear music in here. Oh, and you know what I also wish? I wish you could play the music in the node, if you will. So like here. Oh wait. Why is it looking up? No, crash. It said crash, right? Or break? Oh man, my throat. My throat feels like I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes. I should know. I have a lot of practice in that. Okay, crash. All right, let's turn this background music all the way down. And can I turn this volume up? No. What's up? My name is Q. You can kind of hear it. That one sounded like a big explosion. Oh crap! I didn't. Well, so here, like here, you can play the sound. I wish you could play the sound on the musics, but you can't. I know this because I have tried to, and it makes it really confusing. I should put a feedback into hype logic. Okay, sound crash. Here we go. Car crash. Okay, not bad. Eh, eh. How's my internet? Do I still got internet? Yeah, internet's working. Okay, so that one's not working. I do like the 8-bit. Everything 8-bit I'm a fan of. Yeah, let's go with this one. Straightforward. Sound and car crash. I don't think we need it looping. Okay, that is a little bit trippy for me, so I am going to go ahead and duplicate this road. the x is 0. That's why it's good to have everything line up. Always a fan of moving around in 3D, no doubt. Okay. Y of negative 3.5. Do the same over here. Looking good, looking good. Okay, I think I wanted to add triangles. Yo, what's up, Cone Lift Official? Just making some games. Well, I guess technically this is for the environment challenge Hype created, which is basically not a game, but just like make something cool. And I'm making this kind of like a synth wave, but you can tap if you go too far. I didn't hear a crash. Did you hear a crash? Okay, so there's a crash, but it happens. Funny PT Jones. So I'm the type of dude who if I'm in the dentist office and it's crooked, a painting is crooked, I'll fix it. So I don't like to say I'm OCD because I dated someone with OCD and I told her one time I would count how many times the light switch. You know, when it's like it's got the dude and says you can walk. I count these, and sometimes you in New York City you get to like 1001, 1002, and I would count to like let's say 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and then the light would change. And I would do this so whenever I was walking anywhere and in a neighborhood and I see the light and it changed, I would know how often, or I would know how long I have before the light changed. But then I dated someone and she told me that she would walk home and she knew that it was exactly 347 steps to her house. And I was like, whoa. Okay, some people have OCD. I do not. I just like to count to 15. What's up, Posey? No, I don't say, I used to say I had slight OCD, but now I like, I'm not counting anything that's too high of a number. Yeah, I used to think I knew what I was talking about when it came to counting things, but really I did not. Okay, we want particles. No. I wanted to change the game over effect. Where is it? Game wait time. Okay, so it looks like this cannot be 0, and let's do 30 seconds. 30 seconds? No, let's do 1 second. 0.25 is too much. Oh, maybe I need to stop everything too. No, enable slowdown. So I don't want like more than 1 second, you think? Two seconds. 1.2 seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds. And then you hear multiple crashes. Let's go enable slowdown. Let's see how that works. I mean, it looks kind of clunky when you do that. Yeah, it's not perfect. You know what I could do? I could have it so if the player touches one of the palm trees, I could create a vector transform that pushes it back in the middle. Like instead of having a game over. I mean, like that's the thing. There's so many things we can do. There's like an infinite amount of things. So, like, what's something completely different that I could do? Yeah, so technically, how this is working is the vehicle stays in place And I think this is not to be confused what I did last week, where I had the ball moving forward. This is one of the most beautiful, like this is what's beautiful about game development, is that there's so many different ways you can do it. But this vehicle stays still. It's not, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this vehicle is staying still. Whereas in the similar concept that I created last week with the ball moving, that ball is moving forward where everything else is being created ahead of it. Does that make sense? So in this, the pine trees, the road, the blocks on the side, they're all moving past the vehicle, which now makes me wonder if they're getting destroyed, because if I don't destroy them, it'll... Loving the palm trees, by the way. Look at the shadows. Look at the shadows. That is cool. That was fun. I don't like... You can see... You can see everything kind of spawning right there. I don't like that. I think everything is spawning here. Is this where... No. It's spawning over here, maybe? Oh, hold on, let's see. Road. Follow this. I believe this has been connected to this. Alright, let's just move around. Yeah, so you see this has a vector transform of positive z.75, so it's going straight towards the vehicle. But I can't... And then this sun is just staying still. Oh, there it is, right there. This is the spawn. So let me see if I can't move this back. Minus 55. Okay, so I think that totally looks better. Before I was noticing the objects, the road spotting, like spawning, and now I don't. But if we restart, we can see we have a gap right there, so I need to fix that gap. And in order to do that, let's go ahead and grab all of these roads and hold. Oh, that's selecting. Okay. It's selecting everything here. Tap and hold. And let's move it up. Crap. How much should I move? What did I? Okay. All right. So this was at negative 50. I'm gonna hit undo. I just want to double check. Oh crap. Gotta be careful. Okay, so this negative 50, and we're moving it to negative 55 because I think it looks better. Yeah, PT Jones. I just love the fact that there's multiple different ways to do things. And I think that's like a true life thing. Like when getting to a destination from A to B, it could be that everybody takes the highway, but you could take the side road, or you could even, take the public. Like there's so many different ways to do the same thing. A lot of the times we often think that there's only one way, because when you think that there's only one way, it kind of, I don't know, it makes the world seem like an easier place to live. Like a less complicated world, if you will. but well, that's complicated. Okay. So let's move this up. I don't know. I don't know if it needs to go up 5. Let's try that. Looks good. Looks good. We're gonna need to add some particles for sure. I wanted to do, if you're tapping on the right button, the right turn signal is blinking. And if you're tapping on the left button, the left turn signal is blinking. But these buttons are not built for that. Although I think I could change it to, I'm trying to, when you drive, the lights don't light up. But when you press, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to change it. I might be able to, well, let's see what we have here. We have some other nodes. There was the color mix node. I would like to mess with colors. But this color is for, let's hit the question mark and read about it. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be a good one. Used to mix two colors together, execute the components, determine if the nodes is execute on start. Yeah, I mean, it sounds easy to use, but I don't trust it. Okay, adding triangles. So I added this, but we don't see it, I don't believe. But why not? Oh, okay, so check it out. All these, again, every object that appears has a vector transform and is moving towards the character. This object does not, therefore it continually gets spawned, but it's just staying where we cannot see it. So we need to add a vector transform. And I might just have multiple different kinds of triangles. But first, we need to get the first triangle before we get the second and third. Vector transform. What's the setup on this? 0.75. Oh, 0.75, and then after 3 seconds, it looks like it gets destroyed. So I do have a destroyer on here, so that's cool. What did we say, 0.75? 0 looping on start. There it is. And then let's also have an interval. Remember, whenever you create something, you should also destroy it, depending on the game. But if you're making an endless game, it's definitely something to think about. Now, we got this triangle, but I kind of also want to see. I'm thinking it might be beneficial to use one of these other objects. Big simple triangle does look very cyberpunk. But this one is the best. Let's create another vector transform with the random node, yes. And because we want to make it bigger, let's go here. We can select scale for this. And duration, I don't know, 0.1. I don't think we need a loop. Probably do need an on start. I like it. I like it, PT Jones. Let's see if there's some sound effects for it. First, let's see how this looks. Random triangle to the left. Up here. No, I broke something. Okay, we can see it's moving. Oh, but the scale is like 1 or something. Oh, no, this didn't happen. Go into... The random node has no seed number, which is... Oh, there, I just turned it on. Maybe we need to turn on the random, but these numbers should go and affect the scale. Okay, so something, I'm not doing something right. All right, 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, what am I missing? Let's turn everything off and get to the point where the triangle was just showing. And good. So it appears looking good. Then we got the vector transform. Oh, you know what? This was never turned on. Let's turn it on. Don't need a loop. Need to turn on the random. Forgot to turn that on as well. All right, let's try it now. All right, so that's messing with something. If we turn this off, and you can't turn it off. All right, I'm gonna take a break. Will we talk about PT Jones? Play a start engine sound. Let's see if there is one. Engine. All right, let's turn the background music. Ooh, I do like that sound. These are new too. Kind of cold. It's like super hot outside and cold inside. That's weird American stuff. Okay. All right, I like. Ooh, and we got sci-fi machines. I think I like car engine number 5. Let's check out the sci-fi ones. No. This one's kind of tough to hear. Hold on, let me see. I'm going to turn this up. This could be a little dangerous. I mean, that sounds like a Harley motorcycle. That one's not bad. It's got a little flexibility in it. Kind of like that one. That one's good for the synthwave. These are motorcycles. All right, that motorcycle one is like a 125, 250cc for sure. That sounds like a plane. That's cool. If you're making any plane games, let's just put that one in because that'll start at the start. Yeah. What was the other? Let's go with this one. Loop that one. So this doesn't, so the sound effects don't have on finish. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Um, volume 1, let's try 0.5. Now I do have the volume for this set to the max, so. Oh snap, I didn't even notice the 3D enabled. What does that mean? How is the sound 3D enabled? Yeah, the difficult part is that I'm testing it through my headphone, like not on the iPad. So I've turned the volume all the way up. But I also now realize I don't have any synthwave music, and this is totally like a synthwave vibe. So let's get some synthwave music. That is not how you spell. Got a new one. Oh, check the volume. All right, this one definitely makes the cut. 3 different songs, and we can just rotate them accordingly. Well, if you place the sound to the right when using headphones or stereo, you will only hear from the right. Think of it like surround sound. Ah, so wait, 3D means surround sound? Is that right? No. So like if I put the sound to the right, you hear it on the right? That's pretty interesting. I mean, it's not my preferred song, but I think it's better than some of the other ones. Don't want to spend too much time just looking for music. It's not my fun place. Bouncy Hamster, that's a cool name. I guess that could work. Okay, so we got here. Let's go ahead and create a switch. So we'll call this music player. Oh, not duplicate, delete, delete, delete. And where's that name? I swore I'd named this. Okay, and then we get 3 different songs. I don't think I want the songs to loop. On stop. Okay, the second song. On stop. Okay, the third song. On stop. Okay, the first song. It won't let me do it because it create an infinite loop. I feel like that's not a horrible infinite loop, but seeing how we cannot do that, I'll just go ahead and have the song loop. Okay, and turn these into probability distribution. Everything equals 1. Okay, turn that on start. All these things happen. Cool, cool, cool. And let's test it. Music level is kind of good. We need to move the sun back down. Well, if you place the sound to the right when using headphones or a stereo, we'll only hear from the right. Think of it like surround. Yeah, so I have the sound in the middle. Hopefully that will work and make you hear the sound from both sides. Also, I wanted to do something cool over here. Wait. No, it's not good. I'm trying to playing with the angles again. Oh, you add a quote unquote rattle sound effects on top of it and set it to 3D. Now the player gets closer to the audio, the volume increases. That's cool. That's some cool stuff. Okay, let me grab this and duplicate and okay, so this is doing a bunch of stuff, but I don't really think it's doing anything. So we'll make this group yellow. I see. So 2D just has the sound happening. Has the sound happening like yeah, would be good for the engine sound. Whereas in 3D, if you had another vehicle that would coming and then drive by you, if that had a 3D sound, then you would hear it. And then when the closer it got, you'd hear it the loudest. And then as it left again, you would hear it again. So that's cool. All right, I'm just gonna have this object be here. I think we need it to have physics. Oh, this one definitely needs physics. This object should spawn every 1 second. Okay, every 1 second. Spawner execute. Okay, let's make sure the physical is set to kinematic. Perfect. Vector transform. This should just automatically be on, and in 5 seconds it goes up to Y. Super useful for making spooky games. I mean, yeah, scary games. Oh, and any kind of game, like let's say a scary game and you have to like find a radio or something. That'd be really cool. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that's great. We got this object moving up. So let's, oop. That's not what we want. See how that looks. Okay, so right now I have a bar moving up on the sun, and I want it to go to the middle. And I think it's cool. Really cool sapphire effect. Not like that though. And it did not save. Or it did, I just didn't update it. It comes out thick and then it's actually supposed to spawn every 1 second. What's going on? Oh, it doesn't spawn every 1 second because the interval that causes the spawner is inside the object, which then gets destroyed. Ah, geez. At least I understand what's going on. So the interval. While on the subject, are you a fan of horror or not your cup of tea? It is not my cup of tea. I do not like scary movies. This is I'm just not about it. I like to my rational mind, if something scary happened, I would A, confront it, or B, run away. I still need to see that Parasite movie. Have you seen the Parasite? Like I have it somewhere. I don't think I have the dubbing, but yeah, scary movies, man. They scare me. Maybe I should have the spawner. Okay, so we got the interval, which happens every 1 second, which also wasn't looping. So maybe it will. Yeah, no. So the interval every 1 second activates the spawner. And then the spawner, oh, and then we also want to make this a reference object. All right, so the object to spawn is this object. And we want you to spawn here. Interval. Check it out. Okay, that looks good. But we need it to be going in the other direction. Yeah, I got it was the so the cool thing about the Parasite movie, and again I haven't seen it, but it was nominated for it was the first movie that was a foreign picture to be nominated for best film. Generally, best film is for, let's just say, your general English speaking cool whatever movie. But this one was not that, but it was so good it won best film. Not gonna lie, what I really want is the opposite to happen. And I do think this kind of looks cool, so I'm not gonna hate. The duration is, yeah, let's go ahead, add a random node, and we'll make the duration 1.5 to 2.5, and this will give it more of a dynamic feel. Right, this is the movement Oh, and this is a scale? Okay, so wait, hold up. Actually, that kind of works because it's like the road going off into the sunset. So it kind of works. Like to transform duration for the Y. Duration. Let's go ahead and delete these. Oop. Now for some, and then maybe we can move this so it's in the ground. There we go. I think we can do better. So I like the way it looks. I just think it needs some tweaking. How we doing on time? And we are already at 2 hours. Let me figure this out and then we can call it a day. So this is random transform. So we're moving it to the Y, and here we're just messing with the speed. So if we were not messing with the speed, this is how it looks. Okay, let's go underneath. And this is always difficult. Okay. Oh, nope. Oh, undo, 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 undo. Oh, come on. I get worried when I do too many undos. Okay, so we need this to get a little bit skinnier like that. And then all the undos I did over here, we're going to change that. And then what else did I have over here? Hold on, let me look at a synthwave. Thanks. Yeah, PT. I would like it to go the other way, honestly, but it's not doing that. And I kind of think that's okay because the visual effect I think it gives off is these become almost like the road fading off into the sunset. And I'll mess again with this probably for a little bit. What, Thursday? We have a couple of days. Let's turn off the random. Okay, so I think maybe just maximum of 2 seconds. I think that's what I. Now I wonder if I can make this skinnier. What are we at an X of 0.5? Okay, so it doesn't even matter. This is what's being called. That totally looks cool, but that's weird. Okay, so 0. This one. Like it. Let's see what 5 looks like. I think I might want to go 7.5. And then let's go ahead and also move it up more. And is that this? Okay, it's okay. Everything is probably saved. Yo, what's up, Making Games Live? Okay, I'm off. Shall return to later, bro. Much success. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I did not see your message until now. Upside is I was focusing on making stuff cool. Cyberpunk Highway. A good name. Okay, let's test it. Yeah, I'm gonna save it because it crashed, and I don't want to lose all my work. Definitely need to update that thumbnail. Logic on. Vector transform. So this is scale, and we want movement. Yeah, let's move it to Y. That's 7. We want to move it up a little bit higher. I like it. I like it. I wonder if we can make it like thicker. Oh, maybe beat detection. Yeah, why don't we play with the beat detection? But like I don't even know how that would work. So ideally, beat detection on spawning, right? Like if there's a beat, then spawn. But I don't know how this works. Okay, so let's turn off the interval and instead turn on the beat detection. Beat output spawn. Let's test it. And let me make sure that these are all getting destroyed because I don't like creating a bunch of things. Okay, they all get destroyed in 2 seconds. So beat detection. Okay, we need less beats. Let's hit the question mark. Analyzes playing music and outputs a volume level and peaking on specific frequency band. Enable determines if the component is active. Frequency band to analyze 0 through 19. 0 equals lowest frequency band. So I might need to set that to 0. Threshold, peaking sensitivity, 0 or 1. 0 equals maximum sensitivity. Peak decay. How slowly peaking detection reference value fades out. Beat decay. How slowly the beat output fades out. Band volume. Signal outputs every time a signal peak is detected. Okay, that was not confusing. And let's go ahead and just make this a little bit skinnier. Come on. And what did it say for the lowest? Peaking sensitivity? No. Frequency band analyzed. So maybe set the band to 0. That's what I'm thinking. Or 1. Band to 1. Let's do 0.1. Let's put the peak decay to 1. So I have no idea what's going on here. Loving the effect. I just wish it didn't happen as often. I gotta get threshold, peak sensitivity, 0 to maximum sensitivity. So we don't want sensitivity. So let's try 1. Yeah, for science, let's press all the buttons and then some of the buttons and then not all of the buttons, but some of them. Like, I have no problem doing this. This is my divided by 10. Let's get some 0.1s up in here. I mean, the most important thing is we have everything disappearing after 2 seconds, but all right. I think we're gonna put this on pause because we've been going at it for a little bit. I like the way that looks. I think we're looking good. And let's save it. Oh, get another screenshot before we save it. Oh, I forgot to add particles. Well, I will do that later. Cool. Thanks for hanging out as I make Cyberpunk Highway. This was fun to make, and before I made this game, I made Cyberpunk Ball Rush. I've made it a little bit easier, and I don't know how, like, I feel like I've gotten better than 30 seconds. But yeah, this game helped inspire the other game, and oh, did that make him jump? This is the replay feature on Hype, which is really cool. It was acting up a little bit earlier last week. It looks like it's doing pretty good this week. Cool to watch other people play your game. That's always gonna be cool forever. All right, until next time, I'm Hype C. Stay safe out there, and peace.